Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Let Him Run. I'm Freddie York, and we are with John Costin, the traveling handicapper, my partner, once again, living up to his name, the traveling handicapper. John, you're at the Thoroughbred Club at Charleston Place. Tell me a little bit about it. Once again, looking good, looking good. Let's hear it, John.
It's a rainy day out there on the streets, so we said, let's come and sit on the couch in the Thoroughbred Club to do a thoroughbred horse racing podcast. Can't get any better than that.
Looks very nice, John, and it's got a nice sort of a old school feel to it, is what you said. It kind of looks like that. A lot of
1920s
leather.
speakeasy. Yep.
Yeah, I see a lot of leather and a lot of wood. That's a good combination.
Yep.
So, hey, once again, we continue to look forward to our opportunity to provide our viewers with some picks, and we're going to talk today. John is going to put out a pick 5 for Churchill Downs, which I am going to put on the board. We can take a look at that, and we'll get an opportunity to see what that looks like, and we'll go from there. That's mine. I don't want to see mine. And John's going to talk about races 7 through 11. 7, 8, 9, 10, 7 through 11. So, John, there goes your pick 5 up there now for the viewers to see as we talk about these races. So, let's jump into race 7. John, let's take it away.
All right. The food down here in Charleston is great, but I'm going to miss my Case's pork roll from up north. So, when I get home, back to Case's.
They don't have pork roll down there, John?
There's no pork.
No pork roll down here, no.
We'll take care of it. Don't worry. We know people.
All right.
We know people. We'll take care of that.
All right. The ticket, the way I looked at it today, guys, there's like 2 singles in the sequence. The second leg should be about even money. And the last race, the horse maiden over 2, but ran 2 unbelievable races that should have been winner against anybody else. Just ran into 2 horses that, are going to be, stakes placed. So I'm going to lean on them too. The other races, I'm going to go deep. But let's take a look at these races now. Race 7, 134,000 allowance. Non-winners of 3, lifetime on the grass at Churchill. The top pick was going to be the 8, but he did scratch. Man, I saw that visual turn of foot that horse had on the grass, and that was going to be my top pick, but he's out. So my top pick will fall into the 5. Scatitude. He can do it, from on the pace, leading. He could close. He could just sit such a nice trip in there. So his 2-turn turf races seem to be, his, best speed figures, and I'll lean on him. But I could use a ton of horses in here, and I'm going to do that to try to catch a price in this, race where every horse has only won 2 races. So still a lot of growing to do. And other horses I kind of like in there are the 6 and 7. The 2, let's see, 6 and 7, 5, 6, and 7 would be on a shorter ticket if you wanted to go. But I am going to basically throw almost everybody in this race and hope for, a little chaos. Only going to eliminate the, I think the 1 horse on the, pretty much just the 1 on the ticket. Other than that, let's hope for chaos there.
I think you're going to get chaos in that race. It's a long race. It's on turf. I think the scratch of the 8, Mo Expectations, was big because Irad Ortiz is not riding in the race now. And I love one of your picks, John, that I'm very fond of, is the number 10, Sweet Treasure, 6-1 with Florent Giroux on him. Brad Cox is 31% when he puts a horse on Lasix. That horse's buyer figure jumped up tremendously in his last race, which was, a little while ago, not, over a year ago, which I don't like that too much. But he's been working out. He won first time out. So, right, coming off low, it's not a big deal. The horse already showed he could win first out. So, I love that horse as part of your pick, and I agree. I think we're going to get out of that race and move on to race 8, was where we have a single. And I know why you like that single, but let's talk about it a little more in race 8.
Our drinks are arriving now. So,
I love it. Hey, have a toast. There we go.
Our man Chris, who's helping us out here.
Yes.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Look, don't spill it. All right. I'm coming back to you.
Thank you, guys. It's pretty cool.
All right,
Cool
here we go.
stuff.
Race 8, the single of the day for me. Everybody's single. 6 to 5 morning line. No surprise. Irad Ortiz, Brad Cox loves the track, loves the distance. Never got beat at the distance. Mile, 2 wins, 2 seconds at Churchill. Coming out of a race that Bookham Dano, the grade 1 Bookham Dano is the greatest Jersey bred ever, and one of the best sprinters. Will be definitely maybe the favorite for the Breeders' Cup Sprint. And he did all the running in that race, and he led till deep stretch. And of course, distractions were blazing, and he did stop a little bit, but he didn't quit. So I think a better trip here. Maybe if he wants to take the lead, he can and go all the way. I don't see a problem with that. Bunch of closers in this race. Very hard. Tumbarumba will take it. Indispensable. All hard knocking horses that can also close. Tumbarumba. He's wins are usually spaced out, so he just won the last race. Maybe we've seen the best of him already.
He doesn't put too many good races together back to back. I agree with that.
Yeah. So I just think it's his most wanted spot, and it'll probably be 4 to 5 with Ortiz controlling speed. I would think on the rail, if he breaks good, he'll set the the controlling speed, and the closers will have to come get him. But I think he'll have enough to hold him off.
Oh no, there's no doubt, and I also like the one for a lot of reasons that I rely on when I look at my past performances, that includes some information from Bliznet. He's the lone E horse in the race with an E8 figure. He's the highest early pace U.S. pace figure at 117, and he's also #1 prime power. I mean, if there was ever a horse to single and not look back, I think it's his one most wanted, John. So I like that pick a lot. We're going to get out of that first leg, get out of the second leg, and let's move on to the third leg here. Ninth race at Churchill Downs, John.
All right, ninth race is optional claimer on the dirt mile on the 16th. My top two would be the two favorites here, the 9 and the 10. But there's enough knocks against them that I think maybe we can get a little pricing here as well. So I'm going to take a shot and try to spread. Also playing, my own tickets. I'm going to, play short with the 9 and 10 and play the ticket multiple times. But for our purposes, for the 50-cent pick 5, I'm going to spread here and hope to beat those favorites and use most of them. And I do like the 2 and the 3. And who else do I like in here? 2, 3, 9, and 10, mainly those 4. But who did I use, Fred, there? Yeah, I basically used almost everyone in the field, just hoping for chaos, just getting lucky with ticket structure. Last couple of weeks, we had some winning tickets. 2 out of the last 4 we posted caught no prices in the races we spread. So we're on the right train. We just gotta have the right one in those spread legs come in. We catch a $20 horse, a $18 horse in those spread legs. Even with our 2 favorites winning, you're looking at a $1,500, $2,000 pick 5. So that's what we're shooting for in this situation.
For a nice $140 ticket, John. I love spreading in this leg of the pick 5 as well. I like the 5 Cat's Crave being ridden by Florent Giroux. Michael Thomason, kind of an underrated trainer, doesn't really get a lot of vibes like some of the other trainers get. The race 3 back was in the slop. He couldn't pick his feet up, and that scratched that out. He's been in some good races. He's got speed. I think he could get to the front. I don't know if he can hold on, but I think Florent Giroux is going to take this horse and give him a chance to get to the front. If he gets a clean break, I think he's got a big chance. So I think we got a lot of opportunity there to get a nice price, no doubt about that. And again, we got another opportunity in the next race, race 10, John. Let's talk about the 4th leg of the pick 5, race 10 at Churchill Downs, the Lucas Classic. Little tip of the hat again with D. Wayne Lucas, one of the best. Who we like here, John?
If you guys want to go back and see a deep dive, we did this deep dive yesterday, me and Fred, and covered every horse by horse, talked about each one. So you want to catch that full synopsis? It's about 10 minutes long, and that was yesterday's happy hour podcast. But for today's purposes, I'm going to take a shot with the 1 horse. I think he's just going to trip out. He'll be sitting behind the Lone Speed, the 4 horse, who I think is like a little over his head. And when he spits it out top of the stretch, the 1 is going to get first jump. But he's got to hold off the 2, the 3, the 5, the 6, the 7, all classy horses. Willie D has got to step up a little bit, but at the price, I'm willing to take a chance that he does.
Sure.
The other ones all have some knocks against them, which makes me say I'll take a shot. But for our ticket purposes, I would use the 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. Vanishing is one of my favorite neat horses. He just shows up every couple weeks, every 3 weeks, every month, and just runs his eyeballs out every single time for David Jacobson. So my 1 and 7 would be the two keys in the race. The 2 and the 3 and the 5 would be my B horses there.
Agreed, no doubt about it. I think that race is worth spreading. I agree. I think the 1 is likely to be out in front. If he can hold on, that'd be great. That's a nice price on that horse. Again, we talked on the show on the deep dive where we broke down every horse. I'd like the 2. I wouldn't mind seeing the 1 win for the purposes of the pick 5 ticket to get a little price in there, or any other price horses in there, including Vanishing, because I think that's a good horse too. All right, John, here's the question. I know we also talk about this. How we get paid, John? How are we going to get paid?
All right. We stole that from Peter Thomas Fortinell and In the Money. How do we get paid? So, and we're going to get paid leaning on one horse. We only have to watch one horse in the last race, and that's the 3 with Irad Ortiz and Tom Imos's 2-year-olds have been dominating all over the Saratoga and Kentucky circuits. What a barn of 2-year-olds he has going. And this one just happened to run into 2 pretty darn good horses who, you're going to hear from them down the road. So you watch those 2 races, you would think he ran winning races both times. And he's in against the field here who all the horses that have ran haven't shown that much. Their speed ratings aren't, close to the 3. The 3 doesn't have, like top speed ratings, but he's better than his field. A couple of first-time starters, you have no idea. But of the horses that ran, I think he's the most likely winner and probably the most likely winner on the entire card.
I don't disagree with that one bit. The other thing about that is I think is a plus. Lane Luzzy, good jockey, but when you're going from Lane Luzzy to the top jockey in the country, Irad Ortiz, I think on a young horse, Irad knows exactly how to push buttons on a young horse that's still figuring things out. But this horse has already showed that he can run very well. And the change to Irad Ortiz getting into the saddle, I think, is another reason why that horse is a great single, along with the picks and the prices that we're looking at along the way, John. So on that note, John, any final thoughts before we say goodbye? I'll let you enjoy your friends and your family there, and we appreciate them putting us on with this podcast from the Thoroughbred Club there at Charlton's Place down in Charleston. What do you got planned for the rest of the day, John?
We're probably gonna do a historic horse and carriage ride, and we want to get out to one of the beach towns, which is the neighboring town over, either Folly Beach or Sullivan or Isle of Palms, depending on the weather. Get to a beach town and hit all the beach bars. This is a foodie town, so we can just go from breakfast to lunch to dinner, trying all different things and mix in some good drinks on the way. So,
all right, John, awesome. Well, listen, hey. Once again, the Traveling Handicapper is traveling again. Some beautiful places, John. Great information, great insight. Appreciate your help. I wish you guys have a great time down there. Hope the weather clears up for you. And let's get some winners home here, John. This pick 5 is a nice pick 5. It's a very playable ticket, $140 with a nice return possible with those 2 singles if we get some prices. So let's go, John. All right, bud?
All right, and then everybody keep an eye on the big races at Belmont, Churchill, and Santa Anita today. It's Breeders' Cup Preview Day, so all the horses you see today are going to be coming out of these races as preps for the Breeders' Cup. And as me and Fred were talking, we're going to try to do an extended version of a Breeders' Cup show and have some special guests come on to talk about the Breeders' Cup as we get closer to the Breeders' Cup. So today's a big day to keep an eye on for all those races, whether you're playing them or not. Keep an eye on them.
Awesome, John. Once again, John, thank you. Have a great time. We'll talk later today as we're looking at the end of this race. Say goodbye to everybody there with you, and appreciate you, John. Have a great time. We'll talk later, buddy.
All right. Thanks, Fred. Giddy up.
You got it. Thank you. Bye. Okay, once again, that was my buddy, good friend, top handicapper, John Kostin, getting to us from Charleston, South Carolina. The guy loves to move around. We love him. Great handicapper. Love that ticket. That's his ticket that's up there. I'll put it up at the end. Again, I want to take a minute before we talk about Belmont to thank our 2 sponsors. That would be the Vape Shop in Hamilton and Case's Pork Roll in Hamilton as well. So let's put up my pick 5 ticket from Belmont. That's what we got right there. That's a $150 ticket. The one horse we did single. We'll talk about that a little bit. So let's talk first about race 8 at Belmont, the Gallant Bloom Stakes, a grade 2, $250,000, 6.5 furlong race with some nice horses in there. Went kind of deep here, the 1, 4, 5, 8. My favorite horse is the 1, Our Disaster, trained by Safi Joseph Jr., one of the best trainers down there in Gulfstream Park. Brings the horse up here to Saratoga. Last couple times out was in the slot both times out. Still ran well, but I think this horse's best chance is going to be fast, which is what we have today, fast and firm. So we also use the 4, 5, and the 8. Scalable, ridden by Johnny Velasquez. That's a good horse that has a good chance to close into any speed, but it looks like the lone speed might be the 1 if he gets away. The 5, Sterling Silver. Combined William Mott and Junior Alvarado. I don't think you want to leave those two out. Got a really, really good closing kick. And then the other horse we use is the 8 horse. This horse also can stay with the front runners. Senza Parole, young horse, took off a while after he came out and won by 7 lengths, put up a 94 Beyer speed figure at Saratoga back in August of 2024. Took some time off. He had off because he had a chip in his knee. They had to do surgery on it, and they gave him some time off. Chad Brown is bringing him back now, putting Dylan Davis on this horse, who Dylan Davis and Chad Brown hit together at 30% plus. So you know Dylan Davis can take this horse and bring this horse home. So that's our first leg, the 1, 4, 5, 8. In the second leg, which is race 9, it is the Valsburg Stakes race, a 7 furlong stakes race, $200,000 race. Again, like Johnny said, these are horses to keep your eye on. We went a little bit deep here, 1, 6, 7, 8, 9. The most likely, is the morning line favorite. The most likely post-time favorite, probably going to be even money, is Scotland. Again, the combination of William Mott and Junior Alvarado, not to be ignored. William Mott won this race, the Valsburg, in 2022 and 2023. So he knows how to put a horse into this race to win. This is a great horse. It's got great credentials at this distance. But I also took a shot with the 6, 7, and the 8 and the 9. I like the 6, Baby Yoda. You don't know what this horse can do. You can't leave him out. He's just too good. If he runs his race, he will take this field all the way. You just don't know which Baby Yoda you're going to get. Certainly putting Carlos Santana on him, not Carlos Santana. That's a good musician. On this horse, it's going to be a big plus. Obviously, Flavien Prat's riding elsewhere, so is Dylan Davis riding another horse. But Santana has been having a good summer. He certainly hits well with Ronnie Falcone as a trainer. Ronnie Falcone's hot, hitting at 50%. The jockey trainer combination of Santana and Falcone hit at about 75% in the last 60 days. Out of 4 races, he's put him on 4 horses and he's won 3 times. So you can't ignore that horse. The 7, Light the Way. I love Caramuche on this horse. This is a price, 20 to 1. I think this horse has a big chance. If you look and line out that race 3 back, that was on turf. This horse is not a turf horse. The other 4 races, consecutive races, he got to the front. He looked good. Caramuche knows the horse well. So I think if he gets a clean break, Caramuche is going to definitely. And Caramuche, one of the best 7 furlong jockeys in the country. We used to watch him when he first started out at Parks or Philadelphia Parks or Parks Racing. Best 7 furlong jockey there is. Knows exactly. He's got a timer in his head. Knows if he needs to keep up with a front runner or let a front runner go because he's going too fast. So I think that horse has a big chance. So it went a little deep there. 1, 6, 7, 8, 9. In the 10th race, this is our big bet here, the 7 horse. I really think this is a good horse to single. He has a little price, too. He's not the favorite. He's not the morning line favorite. Upon a Star, being ridden by Flavien Prat, trained by Michael Maker. This horse tried to get on turf the last time out, and it got rained off turf at Aqueduct back in June. So they ran. He won. Ran very well. There's a 6 furlong sprint on turf, and I think this horse, out of a Munnings and a Spakestown horse, will take to the turf like a fish to water. Definitely going to be able to run out in front. The last race was a key race that he won. It was a nice field of 9. He still ran really well. He was previously trained by Brad Cox and now being trained by Michael Maker, Brad Cox and Wesley Ward. So some kind of internal changes with the trainer, but certainly no offense. And Michael Maker is a great trainer, but I really like that horse as a price. So a 9 to 2 is a single. But if we win that race, I don't think there's too many people who are going to single that horse. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. We'll see how it goes. We get past that race, we're going to go to race 11. We're really deep here. Optional claiming 75,000. A 1 mile on turf race. The turf up in Belmont at the Big A is fast and firm. Very much unlike what we've been dealing with the last few weeks. If you followed our show, we've been going to Gulfstream every week. It's been rained off turf, sloppy. Of course, they have the Tapeta there, so any turf race goes on the Tapeta, but that changes our whole outlook. So we took our tack and went north here. That's why we're at the Belmont at the Big A right now. So anyway, race 11, we went deep, 257, 912. So if we get that 7 home in race 10, we got some big possibilities here. I love the 2 retouch France bred horse being ridden by Flavian Pratt, trained by Chad Brown. 6-1 morning line. That's pretty strong. The morning line favorite, General Jim, ridden by Manny Franco, is probably going to be the post time favorite, but that's okay. A horse I really like in here is the number 7, Dear Dad. I think this horse is clearly the speed of the speed. Again, Ricardo Santana is on him. Number 1, Prime Power. He gets a clean break, and Santana can steer him straight. He's coming in from Colonial, raced down at Gulfstream Park, so he's not raced at Aqueduct before. I think if he takes to the track, I think this horse has a good chance to wire the field. We took the 9 exact estimate, also likely to be the morning line and post-time favorite, being ridden by Johnny Velasquez, trained by Thomas Morley. Has raced this distance 5 times, won twice, came in third 2 times, and last time out was first. It came in first with Flavian Pratt on. Of course, Pratt left this horse to go to another horse. I don't think there's any downside to putting Johnny V on this horse, so I think this horse has a big chance. Third off the layoff. I also put in the 12 horse, outside horse, way outside. Again, never, in my opinion, I don't like leaving any combination, any horse that's a combination of being trained by William Mott and ridden by Junior Alvarado. This horse has not ridden on turf before, but I think the buyer speed figure that this horse has been putting up the last 2 races are really solid. I think if William Mott thinks this horse can run on turf, I'm not going to argue with that. The last race, if we get there, how are we going to get paid? Well, we got 3 horses here. It is a maiden special weight, 6 furlongs on the dirt. Nice. It's a big field here. So certainly a lot of things can happen. I love the 1. This horse has experience. I don't think the rail is going to bother this Linda Rice horse. The rail at Aqueduct wins at about 20%. Hot Currency being ridden by Flavian Pratt. The experience that this horse had running in the slop last time was, I think, invaluable. He was getting mud kicked in his face the whole time, but kept running, didn't stop, came in second, had a decent kick at the end, but I think that experience is going to help a lot. The 5 is a first timer. Let Me Count the Ways, 4-1, being ridden by one of the better jockeys to ride first timers. Well, better jockeys, let's say one of the better jockeys completely, but riding first timers, Jose Ortiz for Michael Maker. This horse is working lights out, preparing for this race. Michael Maker is tremendous with 2-year-olds, looking at about a 15% win rate, which is good. Has put up a couple bullet workouts preparing for this race. So I think of the first timers in here, and there's about 5 of them in here, 6 of them in here, 1 scratch, the number 9 scratch. The other horse I really like, again, Absolute Smoke. This is our other pick. The 11 horse being ridden by another jockey who's very good with new horses, young horses. That's Kendrick Caramouche, and he knows this horse well. He rode this horse last time out in a big field of 9 at 6 furlongs at Saratoga, put in a nice run, got to the front, then tired at the end and weakened a little bit. Not bad for the first time out, and I think this horse is ready to go. Trainer David Dugan, underrated. He's putting blinkers on, going to sharpen his focus a little bit. And again, once I think Caramouche knows what he's got under the hood, he's going to be able to put this horse in a good place where this horse has a good chance to win. So there's our ticket for Belmont. That starts in race 7. And we'll take a look at that later. I'll post this on X. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button for watching the Let 'Em Run podcast. I want to thank again our sponsors, the Vape Shop and Case's Pork Roll, and also thank my buddy, my friend, the traveling handicapper, John Costin in Charleston, South Carolina right now. Just sitting in a beautiful place, the Thoroughbred Club in the Charleston Place Hotel. I hope him and his family have a great time and enjoy the races. Good luck. Thanks for watching. And as we always say, let them run. Let them run. Let them run to the winner's circle. That's what we want to see. Let them run.